firepower to pull off the upset today.
So we are ready for the opening face-off. The orange in the road. Navy in orange and the Utah Utes in their home whites. As we are set.
John Mullen has been unbelievable at Fogo so far this year for Syracuse. 28 of 31 faceoffs won versus Harvard in the loss last week.
Yeah, he's got a .678 win percentage on the faceoff coming into this one for the orange. And on the opening faceoff, swept around, and it is the Utes able to gain the possession. As Nico DePonio, we were talking pre.
Stay on Utah's neck here and continue to move the ball and get open shots.
Battle on this face-off. Swept back, Utah trying to possess, but Syracuse comes up with it. That came back right to the middle for Mullen in this opening quarter.
The Syracuse motion offense is clearly causing some problems for Utah right now.
Another face-off win here for Mullen, back-to-back. He's worked to the angle here with Thompson.
That's exactly
it there.
Hilt's extending his streak. He has now scored a point in every game of his career.
Isn't that remarkable?
Unbelievable
I saw
statistic.
that note. It's like, man, that's impressive.
At least 2 goals in every game this year. There's one to start it off.
Syracuse with back for another face-off where Utah got the first one. Since then, it has been dominated by the orange. And Utah here able to gain the possession momentarily. But it's given back. Nice job sticking with it there by. Like to see that little burst from him. Utah needed an answer and got one.
Faulkner's got speed, and Utah's going to have to utilize that today.
Yes, they will.
He's one of the fastest guys on the field.
Procedure will give it here to Syracuse. Mike Leo. Syracuse continues their offensive proficiency. I mean, you look at the early stats in this game, and Syracuse, I think, that ability to burst, like he's got that advantage immediately, and he's taking advantage of that a couple times here.
Yeah, we talked about Cade Faulkner's speed for Utah, but Hoddle showing off the wheels as well.
You see that physicality of Syracuse. We were talking before the game, and I said I'm curious how that may play a factor. Here come the Utes now, a little bit of space. Steins. And now Syracuse able to get slip past that defense. And
when you have Hiltz and Spallina both playing from the top, takes all the attention to the Utah defense. That backside is wide open. It's been a thing of beauty today to watch the Syracuse offense operate.
Yeah, 7-1, but man, time of possession, everything just slanted the way of the visitors here after the first quarter.
Yeah, the positionless offense that Syracuse plays causes a lot of fits for Utah, especially in that first quarter. The time of possession, like you mentioned, Utah has to figure out a way to sustain possessions and get the ball movement on offense because it's been a struggle so far.
Here's English and on the 7 goals for Syracuse. Off of this face-off, Utah with the possession. Back for another face-off. Mullen trying to win it. A battle there and the cover. I think we'll give it here to, give it to Utah. I thought it might go the other way.
Owen Hiltz so consistent for the Syracuse offense. 2 goals in every game this year. He's shooting this ball right when Spallina passes it to him. He knows exactly what to do. It's just unbelievable to watch.
Well, I think the fun thing, having never seen Syracuse live, you watch it and it's just like we've talked about it, but everything's intentional and no wasted movement, no wasted ball movement. It's just the looks that they're able to create. A face-off one here. This is actually Angelo who had that face-off win. All Syracuse, 11-1. The Orange playing well here on the road at Utah.
Joey Spallina playing perfectly from that X position for Syracuse. He has 3 assists on the day. The goal distribution from Syracuse is what's kind of pacing them so far. 8 different players with goals. It's been a team effort so far from the Orange.
We talk about these two teams played last year out in New York, and it was a 7-3 start for Syracuse in that first quarter. They held Utah start for the defenseman.
Yeah, you don't get extra points for it being pretty, but Utah's got to keep doing that. Try and stay in this game.
Procedure Hill will give the possession to the Orange. Back-to-back goals, it's still a big difference. But it feels like Utah's finally got a little bit of confidence. Getting some stops on one end, a couple goals on the other.
I don't know if I would call it momentum, but some confidence.
Utah for continue to fight and battle. You talked about it a little bit, Kyle, but they just won't concede.
No, it's great to see Andrew McMinn.
Yeah, you got to love it if you're Coach McMinn, right?
Yeah, you have to love. They're not rolling over. And just definitely looks like a completely different team than we saw in the first half for Utah.
You know, one of the interesting stats as I was preparing for this game, you look at Syracuse and, you know, obviously their offense, incredibly impressive. Their shot on goal percentage, a strong .599. We'll get back to that. It's starting right off. Hey, there you go. There's an exclamation mark for Syracuse, huh? You feeling good? Well, we'll take care of that. How about John Mullen with the goal for Syracuse?
John Mullen doing it himself. Not a guy that's going to take a ton of shots, but when you pick him up off of the face-off, he's going to take it right down the middle, does just that. Beautiful shot and a goal from Mullen.
That's a good response. And we said, you know, there's Coach Gate took a timeout and still had a couple turnovers and said, yeah, he's you see them locked in for this fourth as Mullen with another face-off win there. One start for him.
Only Ute with multiple goals today. It's got to feel good if you're Faulkner.
Again, took over the team lead today with his second goal.
Stepping into a much bigger role this year, Faulkner.
Mullen and Kloeckl here at the face-off. Haven't talked much about Kloeckl. Was dominant on the face-off for Utah in that win against Ohio State. Continued to be good this season, but going up against a beast today, held his own for Utah. The face-offs have become more slanted here for Syracuse in the second half. Getting ready for that shot, and I thought Kloeckl had the opportunity to do it, just couldn't quite fully possess it. Man, don't see that very often. Here's Steins, that hits off the crossbar.
Physicality was on full display from the opening faceoff. You could see they wanted to play tough, strong, hard-nosed lacrosse, and it's exactly what they've been able to do.
Utah with the possession here. Madden had it jarred loose. Syracuse trying to repossess. There's the whistle here.